Hey, hey, I am back. It is Friday, December the 30th. And before your girl gets busy with her whole New Year's Eve situation, because your girl is cooking for New Year's, okay? And I got people coming in, etc., etc., etc. So your girl trying to get some videos done. Y'all know I love me a good Friday. It is the weekend, a long weekend, and I hope everybody enjoyed their holiday. Today, what I'm going to do is I'm going to pay some bills. Well, we already paid some bills, but we're going to record the bills, and we got a quick cash stuffing for y'all. So if you want to see how that goes, then stay tuned. Okay, so boom, if you stay tuned, then clearly that must mean you want to see what bills your girl paid and what sinking funds I'ma stuff. You know, First of all, before I even get started, first of all, happy Friday. Welcome back to any of my returning budget bays. Hey, y'all, hey. And if you are new around this way and you like this video after you watch it, then go ahead and smash that like button, hit the subscribe button, and feel free to leave me a comment because I always want to chit chat with you guys at any time. I hope everybody is having a good Friday. I hope everybody has been enjoying their holidays if you're celebrating so far. And I hope that this video finds you well. All right. Now, I already told you guys that I'm going to be doing some cash stuffing today, as well as our final paycheck budget for, well, it's not really a paycheck budget. I want to say paycheck bill pay because I got paid my last paycheck of the month. We had already did Papa's paycheck, but here's the kicker. They ended up paying Papa one half of his check, or 1 week of his check, I should say, not one half. And they normally do that at the end of the year so that they can close out their books. So we ended up getting a little extra money. So your girl did end up paying some bills, and I do have a little money to stuff. All right. So in that, I'm going to talk about that. And then when I talk about the cash stuffing, I'll talk about my new 2023 cash stuffing folders that I'm going to have, the ones I'm doing away with, and what my plan is. So let's get started. All right, so first things first, you guys, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to pull some stuff out of my folder here, which is going to be my bill pay paperwork that I have. I'm going to pull out my savings goal tracker right here as well. I also am going to pull out my bill pay checklist, okay, so that we can talk about what bills were left and what bills were paid, okay? I'm going to move this out of the way. And then I have this. This is what all my bills paid. Remember, I pay it on this, and then I transfer it over to this right here, okay? So let's talk about what I'm going to use today. I am going to be using my Sharpie pens today. I do have my entire book out. I don't want to have to pull that out, but you guys, I have so many pens that is not even funny, okay? So, yeah. So we're going to be using the Sharpie pens, though, out of this book. And before I do anything, I want to pull a green pen out just because we want to talk about our final savings that we did for our joint checking account. Okay, I'm sorry, joint checking savings account. Every time Papa and I get paid, we are saving $150 from each one of our checks. Sometimes I do 100 because it automatically takes it out of my check, and then I transfer over the 50, or sometimes I just leave it at 100 depending on what we have going on. But every time Papa gets paid, we move money over. So the first part of that, we want to talk about that we did move some money over for that. Papa got paid on the 22nd. So on 12/22, we did move over $150 for Papa. And then when I got paid on the 29th, we moved over, well, $100 already moved over, and then I moved over the 50, so that's additional $150. And then, like I told you guys, Papa ended up getting like 1 week of his check. So we ended up on the 29th as well. And so on the 29th, we also put an additional $75, which was one half of his $150, okay? So again, I'm going to talk more about my savings situation later. I kind of fell off with that. But then I started back in, like, I want to say really August or maybe September or something. But anyway, I kind of fell off track, and I wanted to revamp and restart and you know, we're supposed to have much more of a savings than we have. And so, yeah. But anyway, that's done. And then the next thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to go put that back. And then now we're going to talk about what bills we have. Okay. So remember, you guys, that I still had this situation right here going on. Let me pull out a red pen, of course. And let's talk about we what we needed to pay. Okay. I'll talk about what we needed to pay, and then I will go ahead and write it here. Like I normally do. Now, normally under the normal videos, I would have already had this written down, but for the sake of this video, I just thought it might be nice to speed through me, you know, getting this ready. Okay, it's gonna pretty much look like this. Okay, all of my bills that I paid. All right, so the last bill that we showed that needed to be paid were these here. Okay, remember, and that's again why I told you guys that I love about this bill pay checklist, because it absolutely does help me to stay on track, to kind of know what was left and what needed to be done. Okay, now it said that I had an Audible bill that was due, so we did pay the Audible. It was $16.18. ADT for me was paid $48.95. And then ADT for my mom was $42.99. That was paid as well. I also paid my Xfinity bill, which was $285.82. And then our car insurance came out, car and truck insurance, my truck, my baby's car, and that was $355.28. And then last but not least, I had a cell phone bill that total was $376.42. Okay, that was paid. All right, so now as you can see, all of my bills have been checked off. Oh, actually, I didn't check off this life insurance the last time because it hadn't came out, but it actually has came out now. And then also they took out a payment for my life insurance. So I need to also add that my life insurance came out. Okay, so that was all of my bills that came out for this month. Okay, now all I'm gonna do is just take this same information that I did here to scratch print it, and then I'm gonna write it on here. Okay, I have two of them because it was my paycheck and Papa's paycheck. Okay, so I'm gonna of course speed through that portion of the video, and then we will move on to the next part. Okay, so for that, I'm going to use this pen, and then I have some stickers that I'm going to probably use, which will be just these old budget. They came from like a budget extension pack or whatever, and I like to use these icons. I have the icon, and then I also have a book right here, the budget book. It's an older book as well. Okay, by the Happy Planner, of course, and I like to use the icons that are in here as well. Okay, so that's what we're going to use. And of course, like I said, I'll speed through that part of the video, and then we'll go over everything that we have going on. Okay. Okay, so boom, that part right there is done. We'll do that. Let's talk about this one really quick. And then that way I can move it, fast forward it to the other one. Okay, this part will just move back over in our binder, or in our, you know what I'm trying to say, planner. But let's talk about what we said that we did, right? I moved the additional money over, like I told you guys, for my savings account for Papa and our joint savings for the total of $150. Okay, I split my mortgage up into 4 payments. If you have watched my other video or watch my budget video, I think I've talked about that. But basically, I take my whole mortgage, I split it up into 4 payments, and I move those 4 payments over to a separate account until it is time to make the last payment, and then I can move those payments back to our main account that is automatically taken over, okay, taken out of. So every time we get paid, we move that money over to that particular account so that our mortgage is not such a big, serious burden on us, okay? And then our truck insurance, we already stated, those were our regular bills that we already stated in our household bills. I also moved over $150 to our trip account. We are going out to Jamaica for my birthday in August, and so I want to start being prepared for that. We have a full payment that's going to be coming out probably 45 days before we leave, and we want to make sure that we have all of the money in that account to pay for all of it, if not most of it, over in that account to pay for that. So I'm going to be moving $150 over to my trip account. So that's like part of our stuffing, cash stuffing, if you will, but it's not really cash because it's moved over. So I'm just treating it like a bill. Hope that makes sense. Okay. We already talked about that. We paid my mama and my ADT bill. We talked about Audible. We talked about the Xfinity bill. My husband's life insurance policy also was paid, and then my first premium finally came out for my life insurance. Okay, so that was all of the things that I did with my particular account or with my particular check outside of the cash stuffing. Okay, last but not least, let's get into Papa's check. He got paid on 12/29 as well, so we're going to put the same date up here, and then I'll just fast forward putting what the things that we did for Papa's check. Okay, y'all, so that is all we did with Papa's check. Let's talk about it really quick. We went ahead and I moved, like I told you, he only received 1/2 of a check because, like I said, his job likes to close out their books at the end of the year. So more times than not, they'll go ahead and send his last payment out for the end of the month, even though for the end of the year, even though he just got paid last week. So then when he gets paid again next week, he'll only get paid 1 week. Okay, so we have to remember that. So that's the reason why I only took out half the money. All right, so instead of the 150 to our savings, I moved 75 to it because that's 1/2 of it. I moved, instead of the full 662, I moved 332, and then I moved 1/2 of our trip payment. Instead of the 150, it was 75. I also paid our cell phone bill, my cell phone bill, the kids and I, 172.32 through our personal account, and then the other 172.32 through his account. Okay, I'm sorry, through my personal account. So my personal account, and then the other 170 through our joint account. Okay, so that's all the bills we did for that. And then next, let's do cash stuffing. Okay, y'all, so boom. Excuse that little delay. I had to talk to my beautiful baby really quick, and that was that situation. Okay, boom. Now I want to do cash stuffing, y'all, which is my favorite part of the freaking video, you guys. I love cash stuffing. Last year, I was so motivated with my cash stuffing, and I was doing so good, you guys. And I just kind of fell off because I started spending the money. I think things started happening, and instead of me continuing to stuff, I got comfortable with, hey, I've met my goal, boom, 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 that's it. And I kind of think I'm going to look at my petty cash fund, especially a little bit different this year, because it's something that I want to keep going. If I'm going to be, especially if I'm going to be using money out of it. Now, my goal will only be 1,000, to at least keep 1,000 to me will be the goal. Not just to reach 1,000, to keep 1,000 in that folder and then continually stuff it. You know what I mean? In case if something happens, but I don't want to go lower than 1,000. So once I get to $1,000 in my petty cash, I will continue to stuff it, and hopefully I won't have to use it. But if I do have to, I want to use that money first before we go into our savings account. Okay. My goal for next year for my savings account is going to be to not use it. Oh my God, I'm going to fingers crossed that's so big. So it's going to take a little bit of self-discipline because your girl does like to shop. Your girl does like to spend money. I do have a running cart in about 4 or 5 stores. So yeah, if you feel me, definitely go ahead and drop me a heart in the comment and let me know what is your guilty pleasure. Okay, mine is, anything that I can buy off of Amazon. Like, is my problem right now. Okay, so let's pull this out. I'm going to pull out another green pen because remember, we only write in green when we're adding money. And since we are adding money to this, I'm going to pull out my green pen. All right, now I have changed a couple of my sinking funds, okay? I think you guys remember I had like a Christmas sinking fund and all that kind of crap. Anyway, I moved all that, y'all. I don't have that no more, okay? Here's our cash. So what I'm going to have in here, I have a Christmas folder. I'm going to remove this, okay? Because I don't have Christmas folder anymore. But I have my steam mop. I have my ceiling fans. I have Papa's dinner. We're going to remove that because we're no longer, Papa's dinner has passed. My petty cash folder, my birthday trip folder, and these are just extra folders. So what we're going to do is we're going to put these back here in case I need them. And we've moved the ones that we're no longer using out, and we only have the ones that we're using in. Now, I'm going to have to add some little sticky notes because we are going to be adding some folders, okay? So let me pull out a little tab. We can use this one. Make sure everything is in place. Okay. And let's start. Now, I did go ahead and put a sticky note on these. Okay? Because I did go ahead and separate the money just for time purposes. Okay? Now, the first folder that we're going to talk about is that I'm adding a spa day folder because my best friend's birthday is coming up in January and we're going to go on a spa day. So I feel like we're going to need about I'm going to need about $300 for all those services that we're going to get. It's like a scrub and like a massage. It's like a really nice spa. So we're going to go there and I'm going to plan for $300. So I wasn't going to stuff for this. I was just going to pay for it and then, not worry about it. But it's early and I know about it. So if I can put some money toward it, I would definitely like to do that. If I don't meet the $300 goal, I'm fine with that too. But I would prefer to have more money in cash than I would have to spend in my personal account. Okay? So you're going to see me stuffing that. This particular folder was actually supposed to be starting stuffing, my first stuffing in January. But since Papa did get a little extra money, we're going to stuff it now. Well, me and Papa, we got paid. Okay. So, 20, 40, 60. We're going to put $60 in there. Now, let me go over here to my spa day. Because did I make a spa day folder? I don't remember. I may have to have a new. Yeah. Okay. I'm going to just grab one of these and it's going to just say spa day because it's not a real folder. Well, it's a folder, but it's not a real folder that I need to keep up with. I don't know what the best way to explain that, but yeah. I'm just going to put spa day. It's just a quick folder that I just literally decided that I was going to do, y'all. Like, that's it. That's all. This wasn't even planned. Once we figured out what we were going to do for her birthday, I was just like, oh, yeah, girl, let me start a folder for that right now. That way I'll have the money for it, okay? So what we'll put is we're going to put $12.29 because that's when we got paid, that we added $60 to that folder, all right? And I put the spa day right here, and we're just going to put it in our folder. Okay? And then next, I have my birthday. I have my birthday coming up. So it's my birthday excursions and tips. Okay. Now, let's be clear. The money that I'm moving over to my trip account is for the actual trip. This money that I'm stuffing is actually going to be for tips and is going to be for the excursions, okay? So let's see how much money I'm going to put in the excursions because that's the first one. So 20, 40, 50. I'm going to put $50 in there for the excursions. Okay, and if here you're going to see it says the date, which is 12/29, and the date I got paid. I'm going to put $50. And since it's more than one thing going in here, I'm just going to have to click, is it a tip or an excursion? And for this particular case, it is an excursion. Okay, so we're going to put this here, and we're going to go to my birthday folder, which is right here. It says my birthday trip. And we're going to put the $50 in there. Okay, and then at the same time, I wanted to give them tips because we do have the excellent service that may come with butlers, and I want to make sure that we have tips for those people. Okay, so 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, and $16. Okay, I like to have 5s and 1s for them, and so that's what we're going to be using for them, okay? So 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. We're going to be moving $16. So $12.29. We're going to move $16, and that's for the tips. Okay? Now, all of the loose change that I received, well, not loose change, but smaller bills like 5s and 1s, we're going to be using that for tips. And then we're going to be using, I'm going to put a little paper clip on it, too, so we can keep it together and separate in the same folder, okay? And then all of the other money, I'll just keep stuffing sporadically, you know, $40, $50 at a time for my excursions. It's going to be Papa and I, and they're normally like, you know, $200 or something like that for us to go or do something. And so if I have, you know, that money, then there will be just less money that I'll have to spend that day, okay? All right. Then we're moving on to my ceiling fan. Now, remember my ceiling fan, y'all. This ceiling fan has been over here and been mocking me since last year. Okay? Last year. Like, girl, you should have been got this ceiling fan. On the cool, it looked like I really started the one year before last because that says 9/16. Girl, what was I thinking? And I barely was putting some money in there. So this ceiling fan needs to get done before the first quarter of the month. I only need $350, y'all. All right, so remember, two pay periods have passed, so we're going to be stuffing for 2 weeks, y'all. And I normally stuff $20 a week, so we're going to put $40 in there, okay? One for me and one for Papa. So what I'll do is I'll put Papa's payday in here because part of it is for... No, it's okay. It's okay. I'm just going to put it for today. I'm just going to put the 29th. It's fine. The 29th, we'll put $40. But the reason why it's $40 is because it's $20 per paycheck. We just got 2 checks, my check and Papa's check. And so that's the reason why we're going to put that there. Okay? So we're going to put the $40 in there. And I'm actually getting pretty close with this, y'all. I am not that far off. So I have $350 that I need. I have minus the 8, minus the 5, minus 40. Yeah, so I only got $197, y'all, that I need. So that's my point about these little these little sinking funds, like, that I like to do for me personally, because it's just little monies that I'm just, you know, I would be throwing away $20 to eat. You know, and instead of doing that, I want to intentionally put it towards the stuff that I want to buy, instead of just using my credit card or just buying something out of our money before we, you know, have other things to do. I just want to be very intentional about our money next year, or for this coming up year, okay? Next, we're going to move over to my steam mop. Y'all already know how I feel about the steam mop. Your girl has been waiting on her steam mop since last year. I should have since the beginning of this year. So I should have already had my steam mop, y'all. So let's go to steam mop, which is right here. Ooh. Okay. Steam mop only need $300 in the steam mop. We're going to stuff it twice. So I think that's $40 we're going to add. So $20.40. Only need $300 in the steam mop. So that's not bad. We're going to put $40 in here. Okay. And then, excuse me, last but not least, we have our petty cash, okay? Remember, I put $60 every time we get paid in our petty cash. So we're going to It's going to stuff for 2 weeks. So that's going to, of course, give us how much? $120. Good class. No, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding, you guys. All right, so remember we restarted our sinking fund. I'm sorry, our more emergency fund folder. So I think we're doing pretty good. So $12.29. We're gonna add an additional $120. 20, 40, 60, 80, 120. Okay, and that's gonna go right in here. Y'all, that money just adds up really, really quick. Y'all, like real quick. Okay, $240, $250 in this account already. And that is a good start to be kind of ending the year off with, y'all. I really feel good about it. Okay. Last but not least, let's talk about what other folders I'm going to start for the new year. Okay. So you guys have already seen the spa day. So we've already started that. I need $300 is the goal for that. Okay, so we'll put that there, but we're going at the end of the month. So I still have at the end of January. So I still have plenty enough time to add money there. I would like to have put like $75 each time we got paid. That way I know for a fact that this $300, $300 divided by 4 is 75. So, but I put 60. So maybe next time I could put 80 or something. I don't know. We'll see. All right. Then we got our emergency fund. We want to say $1,000 is our goal, but it's not really our goal. We just want to get to 1,000, and then we're going to save it and always keep 1,000 in it and continue to add to it. That's going to be our goal for this one. Okay. Our steam mop we talked about already. It is $300. The ceiling fan is actually the ceiling fan for my room, my master bedroom, and I have a goal of $350 for that. The new folder that we're going to add is going to be Travia's car. My daughter is 18, and I was going to use my money out of my savings account to fund my portion of the car for her. But I think what I'm going to do is just save for it. Since she's not ready yet with her portion, what I'll do is I'll just start a sinking fund. And then whatever extra, let's just say if she's ready before this amount comes, then I'll just take it out of my savings account. If not, then I would much rather just move the money over and just start an actual folder for her car. I told her however much money she has, I'll double it. I would prefer her to have at least $1,000 to $1,500, and that way we can guarantee her getting a good car. All right. Then Colorado, I'm also going to be stuffing my Colorado trip. I haven't decided what month I'm going to go, but I want to say after the winter. So early spring, but really it's going to be like end of February. March, no later than April, that I'm going to go. So I just want to start putting money over for that. That trip is kind of expensive. It takes about $1,000 to $1,200 for me to do all the things I need, as well as my hotel and everything that we need to spend there. So I would like to start putting money to that now, so that when I finally do decide which month I'm going to go, I'm not stressed for trying to fund that particular folder. Okay. And I've already told you about my birthday, and my trips and my excursions folder has already been handled. The other folder that I'm going to add, you guys, is going to be my Easy Tag, y'all. They take $40 randomly out of our account when our Easy Tag goes below a certain amount, which is for the toll road. In case anybody doesn't know, they take it off. And what happens is, I never know when that's going to happen. And so if I didn't expect it, then $40 just boom comes out of our account. And I really don't like that. So what I'm going to do is just randomly start putting, every time I get paid, $5 or maybe $10 into this account. And then when they do hit me with the 40, I can take 40 from here and put it back into my checking account. Okay. And then the last thing we have is our Christmas folder or Christmas stuffing that we were doing. I'm going to go ahead and move it to the back of the done stuffing folder, just because we actually didn't put cash there. We actually were paying it toward our credit card after so long. So that is it, you guys, and that is pretty much all for the cash stuffing. You guys, I'm so super duper excited about the new year. I'm really, really, really excited, you guys. I cannot wait to start fresh and just try to, start my goals over. I just think back when I was so motivated last year with you know, the things that I wanted to do and the goals that I had made for myself. And I just felt like once I made those goals, I just kind of slept off, you know, at the end of the year. And I feel like really on the cool, on my birthday in August is when everything started falling downhill. And I'm saying downhill, but not really downhill. But what I mean is I just started frivolously spending money. And that happens with me sometimes. And that's one of the things that I really try to watch, because I have the tendency to have a shopping addiction. And so that's the reality of the situation. And so what happens is you know, save a bunch of money, and then eventually I go and I just start randomly buying stuff because I have it. I have the money. And it's a very, very nasty habit that I've been working with for years. I've gotten much better since I'm so much seriouser about my budget. But your girl will get in one of those stages. I might get in my depressed mode or something, and your girl just will not care, and I would just go and blow a bag, y'all. Blow a literal bag. Anyway, if you made it to the end of this video, thank you guys so much. I really appreciate you for sticking with me and stuffing that cash for me and paying some bills. And until next time, like I said, I'm trying to get a couple of videos done right now. So this will be one of them. I got a 2023, my 2023 goals coming up. I got my 2023 planner lineup coming up. So stay tuned if you guys are not already subscribed. Subscribe if you're not. Hit that notification. Hit the like. Leave me a comment, and I'll see you guys later. My life on a budget. Bye.